Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm your host, B. Today we got Corey, Craig, and a couple special guests talking about women over 40 and why they haven't realized that they the problem and they the reason why they do not have a man. Let's hear them talk about it, and we'll come back as always and break it down.
Why is it that there are so many women over 40 who are not in a loving, caring relationship with a man? But here's the kicker. They have no idea why. Why is that? Why is it that so many women they're clueless to their autism? Because so many women act like ain't nothing wrong with me, it's something wrong with everybody else. I'm saying, like, that's the question I would like to ask, because there's two women over 40 over here. I ain't trying to put nobody on the spot, but answer away.
First of all, I'm 37, but go ahead.
There
You
you
ain't
go.
no goddamn 37.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your question?
I asked it.
It's a mess. He was
Say it
all over
one
the
more
place.
time.
I know.
Why don't over-the-hill women realize they are the common denominator to unhappiness in their lives?
Wow.
When you don't take someone serious, it's hard to even answer their questions a lot of times. So,
But you answered it and don't even know it.
if you like, again, I'm a very giving person. So a lot of times, that's how I satisfy them. Just, okay.
Darlene, I would like to ask you a question. Do you think you
That's
are
how I do it.
a sane woman?
Of course. I already know who I'm dealing with, so I don't even bother. Like, it doesn't bother me because I already know what I'm dealing with. So it's okay.
Okay, Sherelle.
Because everybody to him and everything that you say is going to come out your mouth. If it's not what he wants to hear, he's going to change it. And he'll say, you crazy. Yeah, so.
But the point I'm trying to make for those who are watching this,
Sure.
they're always acting like somebody else. That's the problem. That's why it's a case study what's happening with Darlene's answer. It's B. So, Sherelle, I asked you, do you know that you are insane? What? Man, listen,
I won't say insane, but I know that everyone is crazy. It's just that it's different levels of crazy. You got to find somebody that match your crazy.
I don't understand that.
Well,
See?
what you want me to say it back it again? It's different levels of crazy. Everybody up here is crazy as hell.
Okay.
But it's just different levels of crazy. You got to find someone that matches your crazy. So when you deal with a lot of crazy women, you crazy as fuck too. You attracted those women on your level of crazy.
Well, I actually think that I am a victim of
Where's my other one?
the population here in America. I think that I'm a victim, but I handle the situation well. What the point with this question was, I see so many women in bad situations. I'm talking about bad situations.
Why you don't help them?
You can't say the whole. But look, what I'm saying is, I'm talking about they have no idea that they created the bad situation.
You can't handle the truth.
This is what I'm trying to say. How can so many women be clueless about their results in life?
Lack of knowledge,
Man.
illiterate. I feel personally that a lot of the chaos that's going on in this world has a lot to do with women.
All of it.
Craig say all of it.
All of it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not
the
gonna
answer
say
to-
all of
I
it.
know the answer to the question, but I ain't gonna.
I
speak.
want you to answer now, Craig.
Yeah.
I do. Whoever said that about the cars, shoot, I do.
Hey man, one of the elements of a downfall is desperate denial. We spoke about the three elements a couple weeks ago. Flawed power. When women think pussy is power, that is a flawed perception of power.
No man can turn down this pussy.
They place value on it that is not real. And that's the first part of a downfall. And the second part of it is, like I said, desperate denial. So a lot of times, I agree with what you're saying. There's only one element I don't agree with: the fact that they're unaware. They're aware, but they double down on the bullshit because they want the fantasy to be real. So they only let things around them or taking information that supports the choices they have made. They don't want to deal with reality. So it's desperate denial, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is everybody's going to have their own opinion and their own way of what they want to accept, how they're going to roll in dealing with people, the opposite sex. And that's just it.
And
At the end of the day.
And the reason it's desperate is because they are aware at some point, but they double down. And one of the elements of doubling down is chaos. They got to create arguments. They got to create a situation in which the void that they're missing, the emptiness that they're feeling, is being filled by something. Whether it's you being mad, whether it's playing games with the baby, whether it's getting into it with other bitches. They have to find something in order to support that denial, because the downfall is damn near there. The deserved disgrace, which is when you finally get exposed for being whoever you are, who you really are, that's coming. And a lot of times that comes through their kids, because once your kids realize, it may take 18 years for a bitch to really fall flat. You know what I'm saying? And then once her kids start realizing, like, oh shit, it's mama. Oh wow, all these years I thought Pops wasn't shit, but now this bitch starting to turn on me.
You raggedy bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
And those be the women that be talking about fuck them kids and don't realize you created that mess. That's you.
Yeah. But it's, so I think it's a level of consciousness there, Corey. It's just people put Band-Aids on bruises, A cut, you can put a Band-Aid on a cut because it's bleeding and you can heal it up. But with a bruise, you can't put a Band-Aid on a bruise. That's some internal shit. You know what I mean? You got to wait for your blood to circulate and get that damaged blood out of the spot that it's bruised up in. And people try to put Band-Aids over that. You can't put a Band-Aid over no internal shit. You got to deal with it.
No, that's unaddressed, unattended issues, trauma from past tense that's been unaddressed, and deep-rooted issues. And that's the passageway. We are the gatekeepers. So if you passing, bringing life through the chaos, you're going to create chaos, and this is what it looks like.
That's real shit.
I wanted to make sure I let Craig cook and I just let Sherelle cook, because I used to think like Craig at one time. Yeah. But I am absolutely positive that most bitches are idiots.
Shit, I agree with you.
I can't even get mad at nothing Corey say.
I'm saying like Craig thinks that they're aware of what they're doing.
I don't think so.
I am positive that most of the bitches I know are idiots.
You big dummy.
And I actually look at them. I don't do this out of rooting for somebody to be an idiot. Who roots for somebody to be an idiot? I don't root for people to be idiots, but I know by the situation they're in and the mileage on the vagina, this is a fucking idiot. This motherfucker cannot save herself, and I'm going to try to save him, but I will be blamed for all of the chaos in their life eventually. Craig is still younger than me. He don't get it. You think these bitches know what they doing. They don't.
He didn't say all. Did you say the blanket statement?
Neither one of us said all. But I'm saying, and I did say bitches. Everybody that answered to this is who I'm talking to.
Exactly.
Don't be like, oh, he just talking about bitch. No, bitch, you thought I was talking about you. I'm talking about you. You are a fucking idiot. And if your life could be played for the people to watch, they all would say, this is a fucking idiot.
Do you know any good women in your life? Like, that you can hold up? Okay, first of all, your mother, right? What about your sisters? You know, like, how many idiots do you run into?
It's so predictable for the next thing to say is your mama and your sisters. This is a pattern of when you talking about the issues you're having, then your mama come up, or your sisters come up, or somebody close to you. Listen what I said. Listen to what I said. Even women I love, it don't matter. When you look at how they operate and who came up under them, under their rule, it's an idiot factory.
All right, y'all. I personally have a lot to say on this topic because I know women. And I know a few. Shout out to the 40 and up gang. I ain't there yet, but I'm close, y'all. Okay, from a business standpoint, first of all, as women, we know how other women are, ignore the signs. But I remember dealing with women, and sometimes they, make little comments. Y'all know it'd be jealousy amongst women, stuff like that. But I remember when I went to do a business deal with a woman, a big business deal, a real estate purchase. And that was when I really started to see that there are some women out here, and this wasn't no young chick either. She was probably like 40 or something. There are women out here who will be wrong, dead wrong, and will not take no accountability. So I can imagine what it's like to be in a relationship with a woman like that, because this was a business deal. This person charged me their fee. I paid them. I paid all of the other people that was involved to get this real estate, only to get screwed. Not scammed, but just things wasn't done right, to where I had to seek legal help, so I had to pay for that too. And at the end of the day, I just remember feeling like, if this person didn't really know what they was doing, why couldn't they just tell me? Why couldn't they just be straight up? But maybe they thought their commission was going to be in jeopardy. I don't know. That's just something that I realized. That was the day I started realizing, but women don't really take accountability when they wrong or apologize. So I started really paying attention to that. I had another run-in with a woman who was kind of close a few years before that, and I noticed that she kind of went to social media and tried to say stuff, but when some years had went by and it was time for us to address the elephant in the room, she didn't really want to apologize for what she did. So I just noticed a pattern, women don't really apologize. Women don't really admit to being wrong. I've as a woman, I have noticed that pattern. And then Craig was saying, the results in your life, like the saying go, men lie, women lie, but numbers tell the truth, right? The results in your life, and I know women may get mad at me, but whatever. The truth is the truth. The results in your life show it. As much as women try to say, well, I don't have a man because I don't want one, show it. As much as women try to say, well, I don't have a man because I don't want one, because I'm independent and I make money and all of that. You can say that. You could tell the world that. But when you at home in the middle of the night or the wee hours in the morning and you hear a noise. I had a woman tell me about a situation where she was in the house with her kids and she heard a noise. And it's a story for another day. But the point is, she would have loved to have a man there, because she called the police. The police came, checked out the crib, and long story short, a glass had broke. But she didn't know that. So it was a big fiasco with that. But the point is, a lot of women live in denial because there's a lot of embarrassment about past choices and past decisions, which we all have. We all have regrets. We all have done, even married women like myself have done things in the past that we regret, that we wish we could have did different. But it's just something very freeing about saying that. Yeah, I messed up on that. You know what? I fumbled this guy. I'm sorry. I wish I wouldn't have did that. But it's I just noticed that women cannot even utter the words, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And that really changed my personal perspective of how I looked at women when I started to notice. Even you could even take some women like your mother, your grandmother. You know how you may be talking about some childhood trauma, and your mama or grandma or your auntie won't apologize. They'll just, well, I did the best I could. That ain't no apology. So it transcends generations. You have women out here who are just reckless, like the example they gave, playing, I call it baby game. I will never understand what it profits you to try to hurt a man by keeping his child from him. It don't profit nobody, the man, you, or the child. But just to have some form of power or control over a man, you would deny him the right of his child, then drag him and talk about him and tell people he don't take care of his child, while simultaneously creating a rift or bitterness or trauma between the child and the father. And then some of them, like Craig said, once they get 18, they realize, oh, mama was the one. Then they have trouble with their mama. Then they come back to the dad. Or you have some like my husband's son who couldn't even see that to this day. They get to be grown and they still still have a beef with their father over a lot of the issues that their mother create, but they can't even see it because they come from that tainted household. They was under that leadership. I remember when I was young, in my 20s, married, my first child, and my husband would discipline our son, and I would intervene. And my husband would tell me, you got to stop intervening. It was very difficult for me because that was my baby, right? And thank God it didn't hurt him in the long run. But I had to learn how to go in the other room or even leave out of the house. That's how I kind of dealt with that because my husband is a very stern man. So it would be difficult for me to hear him doing what men need to do to keep young boys in check, to keep that foot on the neck. And then I look at women who I've befriended or who I grew up with, and they boys didn't get that. The mother always intervened. And now I look at them young boys and I'm like, I see now. I see how much better it is to have that male guidance, even if the woman, for whatever reason, don't think that it's necessary. And if you really put their back against the wall, they'll admit it. You need a 2-parent household. Men are needed. But that pride and that sense of arrogance, almost like the Eve effect, like from the garden. I want to have power, usurp authority over the man. I want to be on that same level, which we are not, and there's no shame in that. The Creator made us softer and feminine, and for a reason. But the denial and the results, the women, I can't stand a woman who don't have enough humility to admit to being wrong and apologize. That right there is a big turnoff for me. So I couldn't imagine trying to be in a relationship with a woman as a man and she can't admit to doing no wrong. Everything is your fault, and all she can do is offer you some vagina to try to bridge the gap on the foolishness that happened. But I'm gonna end the video here. Y'all make sure y'all leave me a comment and let me know what y'all got to say about women over 40 not having a man and destroying their lives and future and blaming everybody but themselves. As always, I appreciate the love and support, and until the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.